that speak in a relevant way to those groups. I think that will be the route to successfully connecting with the customer.
Innovation is perhaps one of the most important aspects in terms of creating long-term shareholder value, but it typically sits outside the traditional domain of the 4P marketer. When we asked investors what was it which made them invest in companies, well, they said that 80% of their focus went on what was driving the cash beyond the next 4 years as opposed to now and in the next couple of years. So the challenge is really to think about how can marketers innovate for that long term rather than just the short term. How can you look at shaping your market rather than just creating the next product? And in a sense, the challenge is to create markets, your chosen markets, and to create them in your choice of the future in terms of determining your destiny as opposed to being shaped by somebody else's future.
Many companies make desperate mistakes when it comes to research of one sort or another. Consumer research often focuses on asking a consumer, whatever that is, what they want or what they will like, and they cannot possibly tell you. What I do every single day of my working life is try to convert something I feel here into something that I understand, and then I can talk about it intelligently, and even I don't do it that well. Anybody that believes you can give somebody a Kit Kat and a fiver and expect them to say something sensible is just barking at the moon. You must watch what people do. You must not ask them what they do because they lie. You must watch what they do. The best possible kind of research is anthropological research. It's ethnography. It's looking, it's seeing what we do right and we do wrong. And if you study people carefully, you'll find the epiphanies, the insights, the things that form the kernel from which great ideas, great products, great services, and good income finally come. Especially where one is a consultant working with a manufacturer, it doesn't matter how brilliant an idea is, unless you've made a preparatory hole, or a bridge, if you like, into the client's psyche, it'll bounce off. If you don't prepare people for the new, it'll bounce off. So often we spend a disproportionate amount of time building this bridge, preparing people for the innovation, so that when we do it, it goes in. Otherwise, you've wasted your money. And the thing you must watch out for most is emergent behaviour. Now, a perfect example of that is text messaging. Text messaging began as a manner for the engineer to be able to program a cellular telephone at a distance. It was not an application, it was a protocol. Then someone at Nokia decided that that looked like a good idea for an application, so they produced it. Quirky number of characters, by the way. That limited number of characters was based on the number of characters you could send on the Finnish telegram system. Now what's it turned into? It's something that we flirt with. Who would have thought? Would the engineer have thought that in the beginning? This is going to be something that people will flirt with. That's emergent behaviour, the repurposing of technology. The secret to acceleration of relevance is to spot emergent behaviour early and understand where it's going, and then provide the services that will allow that to happen.
So we've heard from some great people, and they've presented some of the real challenges in terms of brands, customers and innovation, which you have to face up to today in marketing. We've also looked at 6,000 companies in 40 sectors across the world to understand what difference those kind of changes could actually make to the long-term shareholder value performance of those companies. What we found, what was really fascinating, was that typically marketing creates 3 times more value than anything else a company can do. What we also found was that marketers, in terms of their current activities, aren't really driving all of that value, and therefore companies aren't unlocking all of that value back for their shareholders. They're focused on customers and creativity and communication, but they're perhaps not capturing all of the value which they're creating for their customers, and that's a real challenge. If they could do, what we estimate is that they could make a real difference to the share price of most companies. And we estimate that difference could be around 25% to the typical share price. So the challenge really is to unlock the value of your marketing and to help your marketing demonstrate and your marketers to demonstrate their true worth.